Hello, this is George Pruitt, and I just wanted to show you how quick it is to get TradingSimula 18 up and running. Hopefully you've purchased the book. You've downloaded the latest version of Python, which I think is 3.8 now. On this computer I have 3.7, but that should be no problem. They should run exactly the same. So I'm going to run a BollingerBand system that uses a stop as an entry. So let's go ahead and launch our Python. Just go to your Python grouping. As you can tell, I've got multiple Pythons installed. I'm going to my latest version. I've got idle, and you should have had no problem installing this. I think it's one installation file, and it downloads everything you need for TradingSimula 18. So we're launching idle. Okay, this is your interactive interpreter. So you could type stuff like 4 plus 5 equals 9, x equals 1, y equals 2, z equals y plus x, z equals 3. Okay, this is just your interactive shell. And I do use it because I dump a lot of stuff to it during the process of the runs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up a module, open. Don't say open module. I did say I'm going to load a module, but it's really just a file. It's one of the scripts. It's going to be the BollingerBand script that enters on a stop. So I'm quickly scrolling to my TradingSimula, and you should put this on your C drive. You could put it anywhere you want to, but to make things simple, I would put it on the C drive for sure. So now I'm going to run down to my TF BollingerBand system where I enter on a stop. I got a lot of Bollinger analysis here. Your directory is going to look a lot different than mine. I've got a lot more tests than you probably have because you're just starting. So I'm going to go ahead and open my BollingerBand system on a stop. There's a lot of code here. You need not worry about 90% of it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is at the top it says if you want to ignore a bunch of this non-essential stuff, then scroll halfway down. So it's not really halfway down. I guess it depends on how big your window is, but there we go. I'm going to set this test date back to 2000 even. And I'm going to run the module from that time period. And this is running, you want to save your script because I did change it. This is going to be running the BollingerBand system. There we go. And what it does is it opens up a window. I want to go to this is the quandl data that comes with the book. I'm going to use my CSI data because it is definitely a lot better data. You can use the quandl data that comes with the book, but I would suggest buying some good historical continuous contract data. So let's go ahead and go there. I'm going to run a CL, crude oil, on the test first. It's loading the data. It tells you the progress of how many bars it's processed. Then when it's done running, it starts pumping data out to the interactive interpreter window, or the shell. You can call it a shell too. So this system made on crude oil 117,000, had a $57,000 drawdown. And I got the month breakdown. It slows the computer down to print this out, but I kind of like to look at it as it's running. Here's a composite analysis. Okay, so we ran crude oil. Let's run two markets now. So what you do is you go back over to your file, your module, and you say run again. That's all there is to it. So when the window opens up, let's run crude oil and euro currency. So we're going to select CL, and we can hold the control button. Select CL and hold the control button, hit EC. The file name EC and CL is loaded. Let's run it. It tells you it's loading the CL and the EC data. It's running on each bar now. It's two markets instead of one, so it's a little bit slower. Okay, there it goes. It ran the composite. It's doing the monthlies now. And it gives you at the end the sector analysis. In the euro currencies, it made 73,000. On the crude oil, it made 117,670. So here we go at the top again. Sorry about that. There it is. There's your composite analysis. And of course, all this is printed out as text files in the directory. Okay, so that gets kind of monotonous having to select each individual file. So what you can also do is go back to your module, say run, and I've set up these portfolio files for you. Instead of saying CSV, I'll just come down here and say pour file. And I've got several portfolios. This is my Donchian test. I think it has 3 markets in it, so let's run that. It's got, okay, this one has euro currency, bean, and bond in it. So it's running 3 markets now, euro currency, bean, and bond. As you can tell, I'm slowing down a little bit because now you're running 3 markets simultaneously instead of just one. If there's a weakness to the TradingSimula 18 is that it is slow, but it's doing a lot of stuff in the background. And you can do other things while you're waiting for it to run. Okay, there we got it. We got it. All 3 markets ran, producing the monthly results. At the very end, it gives you the sector analysis breakdown if you have sectors set up, which I do in this system, and you will too because this is one of the scripts that come with the book. So let's go back up to the top. If you run the euro currency, the soybean, and the bonds, your total portfolio performance was $100,261 with the $54,000 drawdown. And that's all there is to it. That's running TradingSimula scripts right out of the box. If you have any questions, email me at George P, as in Preston, Pruitt at gmail.com, or go to my website, georgepruitt.com, and I should be able to help you. I appreciate it. You have a good day.